So we're here with the new Ferdinand Police Chief, Ricky Patton, today. Ricky, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Let's just start out with a little bit about, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm from a small town, much the same as Ferdinand. Grew up there. It's a little place called Fancy Gap, Virginia. If anybody's familiar with it, it's about 2 miles from Blue Ridge Parkway in the mountains of Virginia. That's where I originated, where I was born and raised, my wife included. And since then, I've traveled a lot through the military and through the state police. But very welcome to be back in this type of environment. Hopefully to call it home and be part of the community eventually.
Right. So you also owned a trucking business for a while, as I understand it. So what drove you to be a state trooper?
Well, it was something I'd always wanted to be growing up. That's one of the reasons I went in the military, to get the background for that. When I come out of the military, life sort of played its own hand in things, and it was sort of postponed. But later in life, when I had the financial stability to afford to be a police officer, it's not the best paying job in the world, better than some. But anyway, when it was available, that's when I went back into it and pursued it. And but yes, I did have trucks of my own from '98 to 2004. Fairly successful with it. I was able to financially stable myself, and that was just something my father had always been in and something I knew how to do, so that's why I went there. But it wasn't something that I'd always wanted to do. Therefore, when I got into law, it's just I consider myself a law officer, and that's what I like to do and enjoy doing. It's not a money thing. I don't think anybody that's what you'd say a true officer does it for the income.
Right. So you've been here a few days so far. What's the response been like from your officers and also maybe some people in the community?
Well, I've made it Wednesday was my first official day, but I was actually over here all week long, meeting with my officers and all, having lunch with them individually. Then last night we had a meeting with all of them together, basically meet and greets and touching base with them, telling them the intentions and our path in the future. And I think we're all on the same page. I think all of them's welcome to me as much as could be expected, and really look forward to working with them all.
And then you talked about being from a small town, like a Ferdinand. You know, what do you think of the town? You've been here a few days. It's kind of like home a little bit.
I hope it will be. Yeah. I mean, you know, as far as presenting itself, it's small town America. I mean, you know, it's. I think I'll be glad to fit in, and we'll actually do so more than the people might expect. Kind of got that impression when meeting the people and all. They were kind of, you could almost see the relief a little bit, and if they weren't talking so much at first, they was before I left and stuff. So I mean, you know, I got a warm feel, and for the most part, I'm pretty happy at this point with how it's going, and hope to grow on that. So,
what's your favorite thing about law enforcement and serving in law?
Well, I believe as a police force, it ought to be of the community for the community, rather than something the community hates to see. You know, I want to, and I want to strive to make it that, just putting back in the community and providing safety for the community.
And last question I got for you: what should the town of Ferdinand know? What's the biggest thing they need to know about their new police chief?
That I'm just hoping to be part of the community before, I mean, you know, aside from my job, and I'm not expecting for things to flip upside down just because I come in here and, you know, I want to quieten that rumor maybe if it's going around. I basically just got a job to do, and I'm working for them. So, I mean, you know, don't be afraid to approach me or to have suggestions even.
All right. Well, Ricky, congratulations on the new job.
Thank you again.
This has been an interview with Ricky Patton.